Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the sixth episode of Zettai Karen Children. And last episode, we decided we wanted to send them to school, or that they wanted to go to school, or both. And we trained for that. And although they did blow up some classmate-shaped robots, in the end, they decided that, yeah, we're going to send them to school. It'll be fine. It'll be good. So that was a big part of last episode. But also, we got introduced to, like, this anti-Esper terrorist organization, like the Normies. So, that's a threat that we have to deal with as well. That's probably going to be a big issue for a lot of the show, I would imagine. But also, Kyosuke, like, a mysterious dude that's just, like, around, you know, he's seeming like he's got plans and schemes up his sleeve. We still don't quite know exactly what his deal is. He did help us a little bit in the episode, so yeah, who knows? Although the little companion that he had pointed out how that's uncharacteristic of him, so yeah, I'm still curious what that guy's deal is. So yeah, maybe we'll get answers to things this episode. Maybe we won't. As long as we get our lovely girls doing what they do best, then I'm content. So, 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, why are you upset first thing in the morning? Are they... Oh no, they're already ready. Yeah, they are way ahead of you. They're ready for their first day of school. This is what they trained for. Right. It's a special day, I mean. I mean, I doubt... you might want to keep that to yourself. Wow. They each have their own preferences here. Yeah, that should be obvious. More. We can't remind you enough. Well, I feel better now. I'm sure everything will go fine. There will be no big incidents, no blown up classmates or desks. It'll be fine. A lot's riding on this though, so the pressure is real. All those tanks versus Kaoru. That fight's only ever gonna go one way. This is just the usual thing, not much to say about it anymore. And then her opening. All joking aside, I'm definitely nervous about how this is gonna go. The first day of school. But I want to believe it'll all be okay. There's definitely new characters to meet in this opening, like characters you haven't met yet. We have plenty of episodes to do so. And here we go, our local school. Full of a bunch of normal kids. All together now. It just feels weird. Man, how much do they rehearse that? Anyway, it feels weird to see them in such a normal setting. Yeah, they're rocking that jewelry. They are espers. They are Zettai Children. Are you gonna be a problem? Because you look kind of angry. Are you gonna be a problem? You just, I mean, you don't need psychic powers to figure that out. Yeah, lovely is the word we use. Oh, wow. Yeah, those are nice. Those are desks worthy of our Zettai Children. Wow, that suit. Not sure what he could do to help, but maybe. So where can I get one of those? Definitely a possibility. Although you have to be pretty scummy to attack in elementary school. Because one might not be enough. Oh, cool. ESP suppressors. That could come in handy in this world. Right. Right, that's the most important duty. I understand the precautions. Yeah, no more blowing up classmates. That's our biggest concern, honestly. It's my biggest concern. Because that's a good way to get expelled. That suit just looks so ridiculous. I mean, it's kind of cool in its own way, but still. And it works. Yeah, it's not suspicious at all. You go into the elementary school with a camo suit and getting paid for it like part of your job. Could you imagine? Explain that to people. What'd you do at work today? Rather not say. Yes, we are besties. Yeah, you know. Yeah, that's a little bit weird to have a job at your age. It's a little touch and go, but we're managing so far. No, it's just my jewelry. Don't judge. Oh no. Well, that got figured out pretty quick, but she doesn't seem to be too against it. Oh. Oh, cool. How adorable. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Chisato, okay. I blow things up. You have notes? Wow. I know, right? That was just awful. It was such a short thing, yet they had it written down. And here we go. Well, get over it. You're the one that's gonna get blown up if anyone does, just so you know that. Yes. I'll do what I want. Let's see you try to stop me, you non-Esper boy. Yeah, I got that. Of course, there's gotta be at least one like that in the class. Yeah, maybe not a good day one discussion. Already on a touching basis, I see. Clearly she does. Were you not paying attention? Oh no. Ow. Well, already getting violent. That's not a good sign. Okay, so it wasn't her. Then who did it? Oh, okay, now you're asking for it, man. Now you can't complain if she does that to you for real. Yeah, if Kaoru did it, she would make a show of it like this. That's how you know it wasn't her before. But anyway, don't do this, Kaoru. Yeah, remember the promise, no blowing up classmates. Yeah, Kaoru doesn't lie. That's not how it works. Just punch him like the old-fashioned way. Exactly. So, but it's obviously some expert did it, so... You're the most violent person in this show, Kaoru. Well... it's understandable. Yeah, he's right over there. I like we just climbed on top of that thing so nobody will bump into him. I'm sure I'll figure out who did it by the end of the episode. Because Chisato was the only other esper we know in the class, but there could be another one. Is her desk dripping? With what? A drool, I assume. Ow. Don't stand in the middle of... He didn't care. But anyway, yeah, don't stand in the middle of the hallway like that. Because that will happen. Remember that shot from the ED. Or the preview. Jesus, coward. I mean, it's probably for the best. Yes. I confused girl. Yeah, we did see somebody holding a ball in the eye catch. Just... Dodge King. I somehow doubt that, but... Okay, it's on, though. Or maybe the opposite will happen. Ooh. Yeah, she took it, She's tougher than you give her credit for. Now send it right back at him. I see how he likes it. But he didn't dodge, though. Now this is a manly battle. It's not anymore. It's become something entirely different. Problem is, he's a bigot. That's if you want to get down to it. Our invisible supervisor still around. He might get hit by a stray ball, honestly, if he's not careful. He could even dodge a small child. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Obviously, Netsrym did something bad to him or his family. Just that's how it always goes. That's a bug, alright. Yeah, it's not too full of hate at that point. So something changed after. Is that really all that it took for him to do a 180 on Espers? That is such a non-big deal. Here I was imagining, you know, his family got killed by an Esper or something, and yet it's just that. A single violation of privacy was all it took for him to just hate every Esper ever. Just it's mind-boggling. Like, it cut him some slack as he's a small child, but still. What's gonna happen? Is he cramping up, or is it another Esper? Oh. Wait. Wait, so it wasn't an Esper at all, it was just somebody else in a camo suit. Wow, what a plot twist. Okay, because yeah, somebody could have done that with the eraser too. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, wow. So yeah, somebody is trying to sabotage things. Ow. And then he runs, of course he runs away. His hatred transitions from Espers to invisible people. Man, these kids can throw that ball hard. That was a cute little tumble, though. Oh wow, the music's starting up. But she can dish it back. But meanwhile, he's got a job to do. That kid have grass on his head? But anyway. Probably gets a mutual respect born from this conflict. By the end of it. And yet you haven't dodged once. Yeah, hopefully you can catch that guy. Yeah, come on. I feel bad for the ball at this point. Well, there goes PE. This was PE class for today. Just watching two people going at it. To be continued. Well, she got something out of that. Oh no. This isn't good. At this rate, we're not gonna catch him. Oh, do we take the limiters off? Yeah, I bet you need to drink after all that. I somehow doubt that with how angry you are, like all the time, this episode. So maybe he didn't release limiters, maybe he just contacted them, I don't know. Oh, oh no. Don't pull the pants off, nobody wants to see that. Okay, now we're releasing them. Okay. Yeah, now we're ready. Now we should get him. He shouldn't get away at this point. We got our Children, so he's not getting away. Title drop. Even the Super Sentai explosion. Yeah, we're not gonna let you have that anymore. You don't need that. Instead, take a ball. It'll be much more useful. She's got plenty of practice doing that today, so. For sure. What do you have in mind? More balls? Psychic ball attack! Yeah, that's what that's Kaoru's true form attack. Oh, wait. Wait. Do I recognize that guy? I mean, really? Really? Like, I thought it was him, but because he was bullying Kaoru, I guess, yeah, I guess I get it. I still wouldn't have seen that coming, though. Wow. Well, at least nothing too bad happened today. He did more harm than good, though. It's fine. As you should. Nope. Yeah, we're gonna wreck that boy next time. I'd rather not. Careful what you agree to, man. That's still an amazing looking building. So yeah, that was a really good episode. I mean, my only real complaint is of course the kid's motivation for being angry at Espers was just so weak. But aside from that, yeah, it was a great episode. Especially like the title drop moment. But seriously, the chief almost made things so much worse. Like, that Razor incident was almost caused her to blow up the kid, so... Man, how would he have felt if if she hadn't held back? Like, all the consequences of that would be on him. I suppose. Even at dodgeball, we don't lose. But yeah, okay. Well, that was the 6th episode of Zettai Karen Children. So this episode, obviously the big thing was going to school. And our girls are just so excited about it. You know, Minamoto walks in there ready to wake them up. They're already not only awake, they're fully dressed, ready to go. And, you know, clearly showcasing how eager they are, but Kaoru tries to play it cool, like just not like I'm excited to go to school or anything, just, you know, just wanted to just do what I gotta do. You know, her whole little thing there, that was cute. It was great. So yeah, they were very eager to go to school, which doesn't surprise me at all. That's what they wanted to do for a decent amount of time, you know. It's always just been something they couldn't do because they're too powerful and there are too many risks and concerns, but recently they finally got permission to do so, so they get to actually go there. And they had their, you know, their usual Jiko Shokai, but it was like very much in unison, you know, like they'd been rehearsing this, which was quite something, like the bow, the head tilt and everything, like all together. It was like a performance. Dibs. I think I missed that line. Dibs on the one on the left. Okay, just, okay. But yeah, they all, I'd say, did pretty well on that front, you know. They all just put on their best, you know, smiles and poses and stuff like that. And this one girl, Chisato, I think they said her name was. Yeah, she very quickly came across as somebody that was going to be very eager to become friends with them. And that definitely was the case. And then not too long after that, we transitioned over to, you know, edgy-looking boy over here, who just looks grumpy right out the gate. So this episode, I mean, so they had some things that were predictable and some things that were not. One of the things that were predictable is that kid there would be a problem. That was definitely predictable, just like Chisato trying to become friends. Those are the two predictable things of the episode. But all the chief costume stuff was just completely out of anything I could have predicted, personally. So I'd say it struck a nice balance between that, because of that. And on the board behind them over here, it says, Atarashi otomodachi kita. So yeah, we got new friends have arrived, basically. So that's cool. And at the back is the desk that they sit down, which are like all pristine and sparkly and stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's going pretty well. And of course, since there's so much writing on this, naturally they have like preparations and yeah, what's a good word for it? They're monitoring the situation, keeping an eye on things, trying to make sure it goes as smoothly as possible. And to that end, they have this cool little camouflage suit that Minamoto wears to keep an eye on them, which is pretty cool. Just like, you know, turns invisible. Just, that's amazing. Like, that'd be a great thing to have. And I mean, it looks, I keep flip-flopping in my head whether or not I think it looks weird or cool, but it's something. It's interestingly designed, I can say that for sure. So yeah, his job was pretty much just make sure nothing bad happened, because there were a lot of concerns whether or not it'd be Kaoru blowing up a classmate, or, you know, anti-Esper people making a move. Like, there were different things we were concerned that might happen here, which makes sense because this is a pretty big step as far as Esper normal people coexistence, you know, cooperation. This is a pretty big step to that end, and if you're against that end, of course, this would be where you'd want to step in and stop things. So it makes sense. It definitely makes sense why they would be taking this as seriously as they are. So, yeah, they nailed the Jiko Shokai pretty well, but when it comes to the second typical transfer student sort of thing, which is, you know, the other thing being when, like, the students come over to your desk and ask you a bunch of questions and stuff like that, which is harder than the Jiko Shokai because you can, like, prepare for that and script it out and stuff like that, but a little bit harder because you can't always predict what questions that people will ask and stuff like that. So, you know, if they ask, hey, you're all three of you transferring together, that's kind of strange. Like, what's the deal with that? Oh, you know, well, we kind of work together. You work, but you're, like, in 3rd grade or whatever. Like, how do you work? It's like, oh, well, I just have parents. We're talking about our parents. Yeah, like, that's what I meant. So just, yeah, floundering a little bit there. They got notes, though, you know, about who they are and that they read kind of monotonishly. So yeah, just there's some ups and downs, some bumps, but I'd say overall things went as smooth as they could be reasonably expected to. They did start to panic when she said, "Hey, you guys are Espers, right?" Because yeah, they're not only Espers, they're like top tier, highest level Espers, so it's pretty big deal. I mean, like being an Esper, not that big of a deal. You know, you can go to school, but as long as they don't find out the level of them, that's when it becomes an issue. Like if you're level 7, you know, you can destroy buildings or whatever they said, because she goes to school pretty normally. She's probably for the most part had a normal upbringing. Chisato, I mean, and because she's level 2, she kind of downplayed that as not having many powers, but as we saw later, it's enough to just read someone's mind, like what they're currently thinking. So, I mean, that's certainly valuable, but can also get you in trouble as we discovered later. Seriously, the way they read the notes were just great. Like when it was like teleport, just you said it in such a weird way. It was great, and everyone. But yeah, aside from little things like that, everyone was having a pretty good time getting along. Then this just asshole comes over, being like, "Hey, you guys are Espers, right? Well, you suck, because Espers suck, so you suck. I hate you all." You know, just that's kind of what he went on. Just nothing too complex there. He dislikes Espers. They're Espers, so he picks a fight with them, you know, badmouths them. But Chisato, though, is in an awkward position because she's an Esper, but she obviously likes him, but she wants to be friends with them, so Chisato was in the most awkward position there, like, by far. So, yeah, pretty much right when we confirmed this kid dislikes Espers, my first thought was, well, okay, so obviously some Esper did something to him to piss him off. The worst, of course, being they killed his parents or something like that. I mean, I didn't think it would go quite that dark, but, you know, I was expecting to be closer to that than what we got, which was just my Esper friend read my mind without my permission, and I didn't like it. So screw her, screw Espers, they're all the worst. Like, just such a giant leap in logic, I don't know, just, it rubs me the wrong way. I mean, maybe that's realistic behavior for someone his age, I don't know, but just, it bothered me, though, like, most certainly. So, the first bit of conflict, though, aside from just, you know, that kind of thing, was just the eraser that got thrown at him. You know, like, my first thought was Claud who did it, because she was angry, and so she decided to just do a little minor thing that might not get her into too much trouble. But she denied doing it, and I believed her immediately when she said that, because, yeah, Claud doesn't lie. She's a very honest, upfront, blunt kind of girl, so if she said she didn't do it, I believe she didn't do it. She always especially makes, like, a big affront, like when she was about to attack him, we saw all the glowing and stuff, so, yeah, it should be pretty obvious that she didn't do anything there. But he of course didn't believe her, and you know, once I figured that Claud didn't do it, I figured like another student did it, maybe like an Esper kid that's keeping the fact that she's an Esper a secret and doesn't like other Espers getting bullied by this kid and just kind of, you know, attacked him, not thinking too much about the consequences of that. That's kind of what I was thinking. Although I was also considering in the back of my mind the possibility that there was some anti-Esper terrorist thing going on here, although I really didn't think that was very likely. I kept it in my mind though. So, I never would have imagined it was just the chief wearing a similar invisibility suit that he just couldn't, just getting mad about Claud getting bullied, and just, I wouldn't have imagined that was it. That did not come into my mind at all, so that was a pretty big surprise. You know, this shot here, after the teacher walks in and, you know, they have to settle down, and she's just like, you know, hand behind her head, mouth wide open, eyes closed, and she says, "Oh my, aren't boys ever so violent?" And then, you know, the kid's face is in the ground, like, you know, big impact into it and stuff like that. Just, that'd be a really funny frame to take out of context, just because it's ironic, you know, she's calling boys violent, yet if you look at this screen out of context, it looks like she shoved his head into the ground, which isn't really what happened. He just kind of collapsed himself, I think, but just, it'd be funny out of context is all I'm really trying to say there. Oh wow, I completely missed this the first time. Like, yeah, during the changing scene on the board, you know, it talks about PE, and basically, and it just straight up has a message that says, like, yeah, while people are changing, don't peep, like, nozoku, like, yeah, no. Nozokuna, which is, yeah, Nozoku is a peep, na is the negative imperative, so just a little message on the board telling people not to peep. I didn't realize that at first, but that's actually pretty funny. Of course, in the case of Claud, she can see everything just by following the rules, so she's in a pretty lucky position. Just Claud being Claud, you know. They straight up said that they changed their PE outfit from the normal shorts to spats, which, I mean, you see that look on Claud's face at 12 minutes, 33 seconds, I think, you know, just, Jesus Christ, that face. Like, you got the tongue out, drool all over, just, Jesus, Claud. I mean, just keep it together over there. But, Yeah, Kaoru may or may not have had something to do with that. I mean, like, whatever motivates you to go to school, I guess, is what matters. But it was kind of a middle ground, I guess, between that and bloomers. You know, fair enough. Of course, speaking of looks on faces, the look on Chisato's faces after the little argument about that was great, because she just had no idea what any of them were talking about, all this chief stuff. She just question marks all over her head, like, what, wait, what? What are you people even talking about? I don't quite get it, but let's move on. Just, that was pretty good too. Now, one of the coolest things in the episode was just the 1v1 epic dodgeball match between Kaoru and, I want to say his name was Tono or Toto, something like that. I should probably remember his name. But yeah, just that was pretty great. It very much reminded me of the kind of like shonen anime, you know, you fight it out and, you know, mutual respect at the end of it. That's really what it felt like. And yeah, I think by the end of it, he did have an improved opinion on Espers, because his opinion on Espers went downhill quickly because of a silly little thing. So, you know, easy come, easy go. It should take one event to get it back to a more normal state, I guess. Makes sense. And this was actually when the second weird incident happened, which, yeah, stopped his ankle all of a sudden, and that's when we finally figured out what was going on. It was not Esper powers, it was just another guy in an invisibility suit. At this point, I still had no idea that it was going to be the chief. Like, that thought had never even crossed my mind as a possibility. I just thought, okay, yeah, I guess it's for sure some kind of anti-Esper faction making a weird move. But, you know, in hindsight, they didn't make too much sense. Like, they wouldn't do things as subtle as just, you know, grabbing an ankle to stop him. Like, it just, no. If I had thought about it for a decent amount of time, I probably would have changed my mind. Although I wouldn't have really known what the alternative would be. Like, that was the only thing I could think of as an option. So even if it wasn't super likely, I wasn't sure what else it would be. Again, I would not imagine it was the frickin' chief. Just, although when it finally showed that, it made sense that that's a thing he would do. So, but yeah, the match itself was pretty cool. Just some really powerful throws, and that was Kaoru throwing it without powers. We saw later on what it looks like when she adds her powers to it, and it's devastating. That could just destroy just anything in its way. Especially like when I started playing, what I think was the opening during the match. That was great. And by the end of it, they're both collapsed. Just surprised the teacher just let this go throughout the entirety of the PE session. Like, I wonder what the teachers are told in regards to that, because, yeah, this is a very delicate thing, having them come to the school, so surely they would explain a lot to the teacher, I would imagine, so maybe that had some factor in letting it just go its course. I don't know. But yeah, by the end of it, he seems to have turned over a new leaf, so hopefully he's less insufferable in the future. And this was funny too on the roof. From their perspective, they see, you know, Minamoto over there on the roof by the fence, just weird little movements, and they're just like, what the heck is this man doing? Is this what he called us for, to watch the dance of his people? Like, is he trying to make rain happen? What's going on here? And then eventually and the outfit adding on to the weirdness. But no, eventually they realized he was just grabbing an invisible man trying to climb the fence, as you do. So that was that. And then our Zettai Karen Children popped up and took care of it. It was great. Got to see Kaoru's epic throw and finally revealed who it was. But I get it, you know, when you see that boy bullying Kaoru for no good reason, you want to intervene. So I get it, I'm not going to blame him for that. Just, he could have caused a lot of problems. Like, the road to hell is paved with good intentions comes to mind. So... So, yeah, that was pretty much the episode, right? And then we're probably going to have another dodgeball match eventually between the two of them, and Minamoto's going to help her train, so he may have broken bones by the end of that, probably. But anyway, yeah, really good episode. I liked it. It's good to see that nothing too wrong happened with the first day of school. You know, it was within reason, conflict level, I would say. So, yeah, hopefully things can continue to improve. They can make more friends and become closer friends with Chisato, and just have a good time. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.